Hello, my name is Muhammad Al-Ajlani. Today we are going to talk about the history of the Flash comics. In this video we're going to look at some parts of these comics and look at different aspects of these comics. I hope you enjoy it. The first appearance of the Flash was in January 1940 during the golden age of comics. In 1940, issue 1, it was featuring Jay Garrick, aka as a Flash. He was a student at Midwestern University and a football player. Jay Garrick gained a superhuman speed with matched reflexes by accident by inhaling a hard water vapors mix. After gaining his powers, Jay Garrick used his speed to win a football game. He didn't consider hiding his powers or his face the entire game. But after fighting criminals, Jay Garrick knew that he should hide his identity to protect what is important to him. Therefore, he created a costume. His costume consisted of red shirt with a lightning bolt on it, blue pants, and both had shoes with wings on them. The wings are based on an image of a Greek deity, Hermes. And what is interesting is the writers are using scientific facts to explain how the Flash powers works. The Flash usually stops the villains and throws them in jail. However, in this comic, we see that he goes out of his ways and causes an accident that ends by the villain dying. The Flash was cancelled in 1949 after 104 issues due to the decline popularity post-war. The Return of the Flash. Jay Garrick, aka The Flash, was reintroduced in the 1960s. It was modified slightly and changed the way he gained his powers from inhaling heavy waters to exposure to heavy waters. In 1956, DC Comics revived superheroes, what is known as the Silver Age of Comics. They thought of new characters. The Flash was its first revival. The new Flash, known as Barry Allen, continued with issue 105, and it was created by writers Robert Kanher and John Boom, and cartoonist Carmen Infante. Barry Allen is an assistant scientist from the Criminal and Forensic Science Division of Central City Police Department. Barry had a reputation for being very slow, deliberate, and frequently late. Barry Allen gained his powers when a lightning randomly hits chemical. Barry got exposed to the chemicals, which resulted in gaining superhuman powers. Some of the Flash powers. When the Flash was stuck inside the pod and about to lose his speed, if the sun hit a certain angle in the pod, he vibrated his legs in a super speed, which generated enough force to lift the pod out of the way of the sun. Have you ever wondered how Barry Allen fits his suit inside the ring? Barry uses materials that expands when it's exposed to the air. And to put his suit back into the ring, he uses his speed to create a vacuum that sucks the air. Then the suit shrinks down to fit back in the ring. Later on, in The Flash 1959, a new character was introduced to help Barry Allen. Wallace Radloff, known as Wally West, is the nephew of both Iris West and Barry Allen by marriage. He was visiting his uncle in order to meet the Flash. While Barry Allen, aka The Flash, was showing Wally how he got his powers, out of the blue, a lightning struck the shell of chemicals, which resulted in Wally gaining the same powers of the Flash, and he was given the name Kid Flash. After Wally West gained his powers, Barry modified one of his suits and gave it to Wally, and named him Kid Flash. In The Flash 1959 issue 135, Kid Flash was given a new suit. The choice was made to avoid any mix-up between characters. Kid Flash New 52. When a bolt of lightning struck Barry Allen, he crashed into unknown chemicals. After this incident, Barry was sent into the hospital. In the hospital, Barry was in a state of comatose and was critically injured. When Barry woke up, he started running, and when he stopped, he found himself outside of the country. Then he realized that he gained a superhuman speed. As all heroes wear tight pants, Barry Allen tried a dozen of tight pants, but it ended up burning, which is not working for him. Then Barry realized that the strange lighting surrounding him is affecting a metal in a strange way, so he used the metal to create his costume. We are going to talk about the development of the Flash costume. First, look at Jay Garrick. He is wearing his suit all the time and only takes off his regular clothes. Now look at Barry Allen. He has a suit all the time in his rings. He is one button push away from changing into the Flash. And at last, look at Barry Allen, the New 52. His ring contains the suit. He aims it in front of him, and using his speed lighting, he attached the suit to him. This nice development over 70 years of comics is amazing. Also, look at the styles of the costumes they are wearing. For Jay Garrick, it's like a standard clothes they wear. It's like t-shirt and pants. But for Barry Allen, he is more like going for the superhero, just like tight costumes. As for the New 52, they are showing like the development and technology for how to do putting more advanced suits. Just look nice. We see in these three comics different ways of showing how they move fast. For Jay Garrick, they use lines to show that he is moving fast, while for Barry Allen they are using a mix of coloring and lines to show that he is fast. As for the New 52, they are using a mix of lines, colors, and lighting bolts to show how fast he is going. We mentioned how each one of them gained his powers, but we can notice that Jay Garrick and Barry Allen, the New 52, their accident resulted into going into hospitals, while the Barry Allen and Kid Flash, it did not require going to the hospital, which is worth mentioning. And finally, in this video, we talked about a fraction of what these comics can offer. Every comic is interesting in its own way, and every comic has tons of details in it because it requires tons of work to make. So take your time, my friend, when you read the comics you like. The end. Thank you very much.